Hey guys, it's Chloe, and today I am here with a brand new video. Today I am here with my April wrap-up. I read a total of 5 books in the month of April, and as usual, I am filming this a couple days early, so I will still have some reading time and some books that I am potentially going to finish, but we will talk about that more towards the end of the video. Really quick before we get started, I want to do some honorable mentions. These are 2 books that I actually finished in March that I did not talk about in my wrap-up because when I was filming my wrap-up I had not started these books yet. And I didn't expect to fly through them as fast as I did. The first one is Fairest of All by Serena Valentino. This is the first book in the Villains series. And I absolutely loved this book. I think it was a great twist on Snow White, and I loved kind of like the origin story vibe from it. I gave this book 4.5 stars. I was a little unsure about it until it started to pick up because it does start like way at the beginning before we even know about the original Snow White story. And the second honorable mention is The Beast Within by Serena Valentino. This is the second book in the Villains series. This one is about the Beast, and we're kind of introduced to more original characters, and it was awesome and I loved it. I think this was honestly my favorite out of the 2. I gave this one 5 stars, and I just loved the original characters and how they blended well with the original story, and I loved it, and I have high hopes for this series. These 2 books I actually finished like the 30th and the 31st, so they were, I think, right after my wrap-up went up and about a week after it was actually filmed. Moving on to April, and also sticking with the Villains series, I picked up Poor Unfortunate Soul by Serena Valentino, the 3rd book in the Villains series. I was so pumped for this one because Little Mermaid is my favorite Disney princess movie. So I was really excited for this one, and it kind of just fell flat for me. I ended up giving this 3 stars. I feel like there wasn't a lot of focus on the Ursula story that I was expecting. This was only partially an origin story. It was also the shortest one out of the series, and it just fell flat. So I gave it 3 stars. It was just okay. There were scenes that were carbon copies of the movie. For example, when she sings Poor Unfortunate Soul, that's carbon copy word for word every single song, or every single word in the song. So it just fell flat, but it wasn't going to stop me from continuing on with the series. The second book I completed in April was Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. I was reading this baby for a good portion of March, and I finally finished it in April. I was listening to the audiobook on my commutes, and this is a 30-hour audiobook. It is very long. I think I actually talked about it a little bit in my March reading vlog and my April reading vlog, so I will link both of those videos down below in case I do discuss this. I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars. I'm slightly disappointed with the ending, but I have the feeling that we're going to learn more in the upcoming series from Cassandra Clare, the Red Scrolls of Magic book that just recently came out. So I have a feeling we're going to learn more about the story in that series, and hopefully I can pick it up really soon because I really want to know. Honestly, I just feel accomplished finishing this. This is 880 pages in a 30-hour audiobook. I'm good. The next book I completed was Mistress of All Evil by Serena Valentino, the 4th book in the Villains series, and this is probably my least favorite book in the entire series. This one had a lot of focus on original characters, which is fine. That is not a problem at all, but it got so confusing at one point because we're going from past to present, back and forth over and over again, and there wasn't a lot of flow to it. This was actually a buddy read with Sylvia from Wish Fulfillment, and she ended up DNFing the book. I read it all the way through and gave it 2.5 stars. Not my favorite in the series at all. And it didn't stop me from continuing on with the series because I have high hopes for the series, but this one was just not good. There was not a lot of flow, and I just did not enjoy it. The next book I completed was Batman Nightwalker by Marie Lu. This is the 2nd book in the DC Icon series. I read a lot of series books this month, I'm just now noticing. This was the April book of the month for Once Upon a Read-Along. Once Upon a Read-Along is a monthly book club read-along group that I co-host along with my friend Kathleen from For the Love of Books. This was our April book. We just had our live show on Easter, which was April 21st. I will link that in the description below so you can get more of my thoughts and opinions on this book. This was just okay as well. I ended up giving it 3 stars. It was interesting enough to keep me going, but it's not my all-time favorite book. It was just another story to me, another book. It was okay, and I enjoy the Batman story, but again, just okay. And if you really want more of my thoughts, check out the live show. There is a slight love plot in this that I don't think needed to be in there at all. There's just a lot in this book that's just okay, so I'll link the live show down below for you guys to check out. And the final book that I completed was Mother Knows Best by Serena Valentino, the 5th book in the Villain series, and the most recently published one. This book definitely redeemed the series from the last book. This book was so good. I ended up just flying through this book in like 2 days. It was an origin story, and it took a long time for us to get to the Tangled story that we know, which I liked. I think it put a lot of focus on us finding out who Gothel really is and who she was in her past and how she became who we know her as, and I loved that. I gave this one 4 stars only because I thought the beginning was a little slow, but the rest of it was just amazing, and I highly recommend this one. Sylvia and I did not buddy read this one, but I hope she picks this up and enjoys it just like I did. It was awesome. I loved it. So really quick, a few things I would like to discuss. The first thing is I did not talk about my unwrapped book for April, which was Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. I actually did pick this up, and I got a chapter and a half into it and decided I really needed the audiobook for this because this is one of the Morgan Matson books that has really, really long chapters. So I'm currently waiting for the audiobook for this, but I will be reading it and most likely finishing it in May. So this is going to get read. I'm just waiting for the audiobook. And then a book that I'm currently reading and planning on finishing in April is an April release. It came out a week ago, and it's Serious Moonlight by Jenn Bennett. Jenn Bennett is one of my all-time favorite auto-buy contemporary authors, and this is her latest contemporary book, and I'm 3 chapters in and loving it so far, so I'm really pumped to read the rest of this book and tell you guys about it. I'm also planning on reading one more book this month. It is a very, very short book, but I'm not going to talk to you guys about it yet because I'm going to do a whole video surrounding it, is in sort of like a collab format, which I'm really excited about, so I'm going to keep that a secret for now. But those are all the books that I read in April. Those are all the books that I'm still planning on finishing in April. Those were, that was it, and I feel pretty accomplished for April, especially because it's like finals time right now, and I caught up on a whole series in a month, 5-book series in a month. That was awesome, and I'm so proud of myself. But that is all I have for this video today, and I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you guys so, so much for watching. Down below in the comments, leave me an emoji in case you watched this video, or let me know if you read any of these books and what your thoughts were on them. If you'd like to check out my vlog channel, Coolescence, it's linked in the description below. And if you'd like to see here, please go ahead and click subscribe. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, so click subscribe so you'll be updated for when I post those. Thank you all so, so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye! In the darkness, I don't feel so